I remember I first got to love railroads when I was 5 years old. It was during World War II. My mother and I had taken a train from Grand Central Station down to North Carolina. And I remember being in the railroad cars with the soldiers and the sailors, and they thought I was cute. I just couldn't imagine. And we got to North Carolina. My mother spent the days with my aunt doing things that aunts and parents do. I had no interest in it. What I loved was going to my Uncle Ben's shoe store, because in the back of his store was a little balcony, old wooden balcony, overlooking the train yard. And I would stand there every day just watching those trains go by. And at 10 o'clock every morning, the biggest train in the world came by. I wouldn't hear it actually. I feel it coming first. Going very slow, the way a train goes through a yard. Right in my feet. If you ever had that sensation, that's the first time you know a train is coming. You feel it in the ground. To look, and I looked off to the side, and then I saw coming around the bend this engine coming around. Well, first time you could hear it getting closer and closer, and then as it came past me, the engineer was standing there, and he was looking right at me, and I was waving and jumping up and down. And then the train passed on, and the cars started to go by. There were box cars. They were orange, and they were red, and they were yellow, and they were blue. They were every single color of box car going by. And then the flat cars. The flat cars, you could see what was on there. Some of them had Jeeps on them, and some of them had tanks on them, and some of them were just covered with tacky canvas. You couldn't even see what was in them. They were the most secret ones. On and on to the boxcars, the flat cars, and finally, at the very end, the beautiful red, shiny caboose, and I was jumping up. I knew there's always somebody waving from the caboose at me.